Hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream, free live stream here, Facebook and YouTube. Is there anything that you would like to say, Russell James, before we start?
I'd just like to say hello. I'm very much looking forward to this.
There we go.
Welcome to everyone. If you're joining us live, do pop a comment there in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube. Introduce yourself, say where you're from. I know we're going to have our regulars. Always good to see you guys and girls. If you're watching this on replay, hey, do the same thing.
Same thing.
Ask questions.
Same thing.
You know, leave a comment.
Yeah. Russell just showed me this morning that I can reply to comments on YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and get to that.
Getting that done.
Going to get that done.
Also, thumbs up. Do like and subscribe.
Yep.
If you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, like and share. I think that's what the kids do these days.
The kids definitely do that, yeah.
All right,
take it away. You want to be like the kids? Like and share.
There you go. You're in the club then.
Take 10 years off your life. You know what I'm saying?
With a like and a share. That's the promise of this live stream.
All right, so today we're going to make some lovely peanut truffles. Really easy to do. Hopefully you have the ingredients at home, or they're just really easy to find, so you can make them. Last week we did the brownies, the no-bake brownies, and I was getting messages from people that they had made them that afternoon and really loved them, so that was really cool. So if you do make them, let me know how you like them. Again, you can just comment under the video here. And the full recipe is on my site, so if you look at the information under the video here, you'll see a link to that and a link to my kit. What's it called? That thing?
Kit.co.
Kit.co. Whereby I have added items onto there for like chocolate making and stuff like that I recommend. Probably need to update that, but it's doing, you know, it's fine. So let's get started then. We're going to start with some peanut butter. Now you can also use almond butter, and then you would just switch out the nuts that you use for coating the truffles afterwards. But you can use almond butter or tahini. Any nut or seed butter is fine. Let's get that in. The next thing we're going to need is just a touch, well, we'll come back to that actually. We're going to get maple syrup. You can use any liquid sweetener you'd like. If you want to use a dry sweetener, something like coconut sugar, the only thing that you're going to find is there's no liquid, like proper liquid like water in this recipe. So it's not going to dissolve if you use it, so you're going to get a little bit of a grittiness to it. But as long as you know, then you know, it's not that big of a deal. And then we've got dark chocolate here. This is, I make this chocolate, so this is about an 85% dark chocolate. Just melt it down to whatever temperature. It doesn't have to be in temper for this, making this really easy for everybody. You can use any kind of chocolate you want. It doesn't have to be dark chocolate. You can use milk, or vegan milk, blonde, white, whatever you'd like. It's mainly, in those cases, going to be a setting property, and then just a nice flavor of the chocolate in there as well. So let's get this guy in.
This guy.
He loves that.
Talking to this guy, yeah. Phil Grist is here.
Phil! Rob Builder in the house! Oh, snap. Phil, do you remember that you left a jar at my place? Yes,
this is brilliant. This is absolutely the content we're here for.
Yes, I know that you remember.
Everyone feels so included right now.
I'm now using that to make gingerbug because I know that I probably won't see you again for quite a while. A little bit of sea salt in there. Sea salt's always good for balancing flavor. And then tamari. Tamari is a wheat-free soy sauce, and it deepens the flavor of chocolate, deepens the flavor of anything that's like caramelly and stuff like that. So we're just going to add a little bit of that in, not too much, because we're not trying to make a stir fry, you guys.
Phil says, yes, I do.
Yes, of course he does.
And also, we've got to say hi to Susan Warwood, who's an absolute staple around here.
Oh, Susan's here. Watch out. Clear the path. You got the thing? You were doing the thing with the overhead?
Yep.
All right.
You don't need to worry about that. I'm
just checking in, okay? And if you wouldn't yell at me, I would appreciate it. Not on camera.
Hang on
private?
Sure.
Sure.
If I'm not wrong, Sue Warwood is on YouTube and Facebook. That's a new level of...
She's committed is what she is.
Very much.
I'll tell you that. All right, so you see you got this lovely silky mixture here. So now this yumminess is going to go into a piping bag. But before we do that, in actual fact, because I only have one of these molds, what we're going to do is I'm going to pop these guys out first, and then we'll pipe that in and set it all up. So when it comes out of the mold, and this mold is, I'm pretty sure I linked to it in the post. You don't need to have this particular mold. You can also use any kind of silicone mold for this. And then if you're using this one, which is a Silicomart, it's called Silicomart Truffle 5. And so it's just really small like this. And it makes it really easy to make these. And you just pop them out like this. Super simple. Really clean finish without messing your hands. And also with this recipe, you can't really hand form it because it'll melt in your hands because Oops, I forgot the coconut oil. We're going to need to go ahead and get that in as well.
Whilst you're doing that, I can say hi to Sherry Hallchurch.
Sherry, what's up?
Nurit is here.
Who is it? Nurit.
Nurit.
Nice.
Kathy Rona.
Hello,
hey,
Kathy. Rona.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Shame I wasn't focusing on you when you were doing
That's
that,
all right.
unfortunately.
It's better off. Really.
Judy is here.
Judy. Don't tell me Judy Meet the Jetsons. Not Judy Patry.
Yes, the very same.
I'm so happy. Meet the Jetsons.
Sue's double teaming on the Facebook and the YouTube because she says easy to do comments on Facebook but watch on YouTube.
Interessanto. So we're just
That's
going to go
only for
ahead and get
advanced
back to
users, by
this
the
real
way.
quick. So the only thing I forgot to add was our coconut oil. So this is going to keep it soft and give it a really nice mouthfeel. So let's just get that stirred through. What is it?
Judy Jetson.
Meet the Jetsons, my son Elroy. Or
Careful,
whatever.
don't sing it too well. We'll get a copyright breach on YouTube.
Oakley dokley. All right, so now we've got our piping bag here. Russell James,
Yes.
do you have some kind of hand that I could borrow for a momentito?
I do have a hand actually.
Yeah,
Yes, you
I'd
asked.
appreciate
I did.
that, yeah.
I brought it with me.
Yeah.
I got two actually.
So if you're at home and you don't have any glasses around, because Russell James really only has wine glasses, and I'm not allowed to touch them because I break things. Can you just come a little bit closer? Is that a possibility?
Prime content.
Those who know us will enjoy it. Those who don't, it's questionable.
You're not welcome here. That's just a joke, guys. Everyone's welcome.
Just don't be mean.
Don't be mean.
Yeah.
Please.
There's enough meanness in the world. Don't need that up in my crib. Well, Russell's crib really, but etc. And then you can use just a little scraper to just get that right down to the bottom. That eliminates air bubbles, also known as bubbles. And then we just need to take a little bit of the top off here. So do that away from your work area and preferably with sharper thingy bobs.
Scissors is
Russell.
the word. They're not sharp.
They're not as sharp as you had illustrated earlier.
I did not advertise them as sharp.
All right, you ready, Russell?
Yep.
So we're just going to pipe about 3/4 and stop, because we're going to insert a peanut into the middle just for that extra crunch and extra delight factor.
We've got Eva from Crete.
Yeah, we do.
And sunny Crete, no less. Well,
Uh-oh.
welcome to sunny but absolutely freezing in Nadsov, London.
If you have them.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, what, Russell?
Well, top Nads or bottom Nads,
oh, wow.
you know.
Sure.
It's a little bit
Anyway,
unconventional, but
so here we are. So we just pop these little guys in. Nice bit of texture in the center here, and then we're just going to top them up with a little bit more of the mixture. So with this mold, you don't have to worry about going over the top. I'll show you how to correct that. And this is actually a half batch, so you could always do a half batch. You don't need to do a full batch that's on the recipe. And then I'm just piping some more in here. Let's just get that little wobble bobble out.
Phil is on YouTube because he said he got kicked off of Facebook. He's totally gone.
Kicked off.
What did you do,
What
Phil?
did you do?
You're just being too real for the platform.
Yeah, he was.
Probably. Spreading disinformation.
I would think so, yeah. With
I
his
mean,
podcast.
You know, when I say disinformation, I mean
You
that's
mean the
how they
truth.
would judge it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He is a relic like that. Is that the right word?
A what?
Relic?
No, I don't even know
dang.
what you're trying to say. That's
Oh, boy.
so not the right word.
So anyway,
A
back to
relic.
things that I do know things about. That's enough.
All right.
So, so we can just go over and flatten these off. And where I made a big of a mess here, we can just clean that up. Easy peasy. There we go. Boom shalaka. Right. Then you can give it a little bit of a tap. So if there's any air pockets in there, you eliminate those. And then these go into the fridge. But not right now, because I don't need them to go in the fridge right now. All right, so now that we've popped out the ones that were pre-made, where did I put those, Russell? The fridge.
I don't know. Pirette's in frosty Finland.
What?
Pirette is joining us.
Okay.
Pirette tram.
I didn't know what you were trying to say.
Pire.
Got confused.
From frosty Finland.
It's going to be definitely colder there than it is here, Russell.
Yeah.
All right, so we're now going to coat these in chocolate. And this is chocolate that's in temper. And I know a lot of you that are on right now know how to temper chocolate. For those of you who don't know how to temper, I've covered it in a couple different live streams, the free ones. And then also we're about to do a live stream after this on how to make and temper chocolate. So if you'd like to join us on that, Russell James, is there some sort of link?
Yeah, in the description, whether you're Facebook or YouTube, we prepared for this and we went ahead, as they say in America, and we went ahead and posted the link there at the bottom of the description that says something about we're doing another.
It says something.
It says something about we're doing some kind of thing in an hour.
You'll see
from now-ish.
So now we're going to coat these. I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Like this, like this, like this. This is the setup for me. So I'm using just a normal fork because, in full disclosure, I forgot to bring my dipping fork with me. I always forget something. But for those of you who are at home and don't have one, you can just use a normal eating fork, especially when you're doing this particular method. So drop it in. And then we just want to get a bunch of that excess off. And then drop it into the peanuts. And a really good tip for when you're grinding the peanuts up, grind them up and then run them through a sieve and take all that excess flour off. Then you get a really nice look. You'll see when I take this one out. So I like to leave it in there, go back to the, do the next one, because otherwise if we try and get it out now, it's all misshapen like this. Now we can correct that by just giving it a little bit of a roly-poly. But if you just leave it in for a couple of minutes, you'll get a much nicer finish on there. So make a well.
Make a wish.
Yeah, make a wish. Put a penny in. Don't put a penny in, because that's toxic.
You've ruined someone's water source there.
Uh-oh. Someone's water source.
Don't drink from wells, kids.
This is a lesson. Life lessons here. So now I'm going to leave that one in.
We're going to get marked as fake news on Facebook if we carry on with this.
Now I do prefer to use something that's more shallow when I do this, because then you have just more space. But I didn't plan ahead for that as per. So get this shaked and rattled and rolled. And then let's come back to this first one. Bit misshapen still, but hey ho. Have you got? Oh, you do got, actually. Let's use this instead for the next ones. That one's more better. But this is really a better way of doing it. You got a lot more space in here if you do it this way. Now, as you're enrobing, what you'll find is that it's starting to set. You can see it's getting quite thick, setting against the side of the bowl. So I'll just use my heat gun that I brought. So that's much easier now. We can just leave that in the container like that. And then let's just take a moment, get rid of this fork, get a new one. Oops, that's a knife.
You got a thing on the front of your hair where you would want me to tell you about your hair.
I don't know that I can do anything about it just at the moment, Russell.
Use the heat gun as a... Yeah. There you go, perfect.
Now with a bowl that's this small, it's quite difficult to really get in there. If I was doing this and I was doing a lot of these, I would actually just put it back in this large bowl and heat it up nice and proper and then continue. But we're just going to do a few more here because, you know, you get the idea.
We get the idea, and it's nice to see you use that heat gun because it's been a game changer for scenarios like this.
You better believe it, Soul Sister.
What's the temperature in here at the moment?
18.3. It was 16 when I arrived.
It was 5 when I arrived.
See, that's what I was hoping for, but then, alas, not the case. Okay, let's take this bad boy out.
For there's some confusion. So the hairdryer looking thing is a heat gun, and the torch looking thing is a thermometer.
Yeah, thermometer,
Yeah.
thermometer, very cold chocolate. Well, 28, not too bad. Heat gun, mucho de hot.
Tell you what, when you get one of these thermometers in Amy's hands and she's got a moment, she'll really get a sense of the place. She'll just measure the temperature of anything.
I do.
Just to let you know what it is.
I like it a lot. All right, so these are our Finito Santiago'd ones. Now, it'd be best to let those set for a little while before you cut into them. So, Russell James, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the ones I brought you earlier. And then we'll just give that a cut.
These are mine. This is my care package.
This is his treat box.
How
how would you feel about me using your knife? Just to
yeah, you
cut
can do that.
this?
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
You don't use another chef's knife. Not without permission. So I had a question the other day on my Facebook page about, I think it was Facebook, how you cut a bonbon without kind of cracking the chocolate and making a big old mess. And it's really easy. If you have a heat gun, heat the knife up like I'm going to. If you don't, then you can use hot water, but then really make sure you dry the knife off before you use it. So just heat it up.
Heat it up.
Heat it up. This is not quite warm enough.
Andy's asking if today's chocolate class, as in the
Yeah.
the live stream we're doing after this, is that different from the past weeks?
Only in that we're going to make chocolate in the blender and we're going to make a textured bar. It is. Yeah, it is. It's kind of a combo platter of a few different classes put together into just a really like a taster class on how to make chocolate. So we're going to use the blender to make it for people who aren't ready to use. Did you get this? Yeah.
What?
Did you get a shot of that, Russell?
I did get a shot of that. Let me just do that again.
Get a shot of that, would you? We're going to use the high-speed blender for those of you who don't have a stone grinder and who don't want to, invest in one just yet or at all. And then we're going to use the stone grinder, which is this machine back here. If Russell James is, which he is.
Okay, you can see that.
This machine back here. So we'll go through the ins and outs of that. And then we're just going to do a really simple textured bar with some freeze-dried fruit and like nut pieces and stuff like that, some extracts, just to show people how to make chocolate easy at home. And that's how we make our truffles. Russell would normally try it, but he's not going to because he's fasting at the moment. So, that wraps things up for today. Next week, we're going to be making almond pralines next week. And that's going to be a bit of fun. And yeah, so if you want to join us for the live stream after, links in the what's the name below. And what else, Russell?
Well, we'll just finish up with some questions here. Phil Grist has invited us for a chat on his show individually.
Right, not together.
No,
okay.
absolutely not together.
Okay, because we make a really good team. So anyway.
Well, he did say that. Loving you too, you're making my day.
Nah.
Well, with 2 kisses. All right. Yep. So we've got some thank you everyone. So Sue is asking, is there something else you can make with them if you haven't got that mold?
Oh, you mean to form them in?
I guess, yeah.
I would think. Any silicone mold. You can use any silicone mold that you'd like. Yeah.
Papa's here.
Papa. The old pop and lock.
Hi, Peanut.
Pop, lock, and 2 smoking barrels. What up, Pop?
Everyone's saying thanks. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you missed the start of this, go ahead and check out the
replay.
The replay is the word.
Where he's trying to go.
Do check out the links below as well. We've got raw desserts course. You want to say a little bit more about that?
We got a free raw desserts course. So if you're interested in making raw desserts, we've got some baked pears, which we do in the dehydrator that are amazing. And we do that with a fermented nutmeg cream. The whole course is based off of how to make fermented cashew cream. I use that in my cheesecakes. And always when people make it for the first time, having fermented the cashews versus not, they're blown away by the difference. So it's a really awesome little course to take you through how to use a fermented cream in 3 different ways. So we're doing the roasted pears with a nutmeg cream. It's like a serving cream kind of thing. Then we do donuts with glaze, with a chocolate and caramel kind of marbled glaze. And then the other thing is a maple cherry cheesecake. We do a little swirl technique on that as well. And it's totally free, so you can check that out and get some desserts going in your house.
Wonderful. We've got some travel invitations, which I think is probably, about as far as anything likely to happen that is going to happen.
Tell me what they are, though.
But Barcelona.
No. Who's that?
Barcelona. I would go anywhere right now, to be honest.
He'd be happy.
Not to say that Barcelona is like, I'll go anywhere.
Sure.
Barcelona is a very nice place and sunny. That's from Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
Maria Molina.
Russ will come join you for sure.
And then we've got even less likely to happen is Florida. I don't think we're even
Is
allowed.
that my dad?
No,
because my dad's in Florida.
that's Nicole.
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole Sexton is inviting us to
Nicole.
Florida.
Nicole's from camp, man. She's an old friend of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, she wants us to go to Florida.
Of course
anyway.
She does. Who doesn't want us to go to Florida? Come on.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.